Should I get an autograph for me?
Spanish celebrity talk show host. He's a known meth user, but nothing related to financing terrorists or arms smuggling.
I'm in position overlooking the chateau. A lot of guests tonight.
I see. Might be very...
Careful, I know. I don't want a mob after me before we have time.
He's a curator for one of the museums in town. His latest exhibit on the Crusades has drawn some fire, but otherwise he's clean. He's a cop in Rome. Must be moonlighting as a bodyguard for one of these guys. An American novelist. He's got a bestseller right now on corporate involvement in the Middle East.
Looks looking good.
I'm waiting for the movie. Anyway, nothing on him. Immigrated to France from the West Bank about 10 years ago and serves on the board of directors for the Christian Islamic Confederation. He's practically a saint. Keep looking. That's Alvara. That's him.
Take him out.
Hold on. A lot of State Department and Interpol records. State Department says he's dirty. Interpol says his finances are legitimate, though. And
Do I take him out?
none of these State Department records are sourced. I can't tell where they came from, or when. Best I can tell, their intel was added to his sheet a few months before you left for Saudi Arabia.
He's a member of Al Samad, right?
I don't know. I'd say yes. But I might be wrong. You can take him out, or we can abort. It's up to you.
He's done. He's
I
dead.
hope you're right. If not...
What's that beeping noise? No sign of our mysterious Halbeck contact yet.
Maybe he stood you up.
If he's a no-show, then I'll have to go find him.
The message seemed genuine, Mike. Something must have happened.
Switch off your transmitter. If you reach for your gun, one of my men will put a bullet in your skull.
If you open fire in here, it's gonna be a lot worse for you, trust me.
Don't make me repeat myself. You've made an effort to broadcast your arrival in Rome. Why?
Broadcast? I thought I was being more subtle than that.
You were obviously trained by the U.S. government. You've left a trail all over Rome.
Actually, you left the trail, or I wouldn't be here in the first place. And now we're having this conversation. I must be doing something right to have you come visit me in person.
You aren't here in an official capacity. You are operating under Alpha Protocol.
Interesting. Considering the program's secret, I would have expected you to say traitor, unless you have insider knowledge.
If you think you're the first to be abandoned by your government, you would be wrong. You are Michael Thorton, an American citizen, but you have traveled extensively since birth. A known freelancer.
I prefer the term commando, actually. I've been adding bullet points to my resume since you saw the last draft. I'm guessing you're here to confirm the file you have on me. Anything else you need to check?
Reports place you as someone loyal to your country and who believes in carrying their missions through.
Is that so odd?
In today's day and age, yes. But not to me.
So you know a great deal about me, and I know who you are. You're Leyland's right-hand man, his lackey, toady, henchman. And you wear those gloves to keep the blood off your hands. I've read your dossier. You've lived a full life. Kuwait, South Africa, that oil refinery explosion in Moscow. It's like a concert tour with you.
Considering how public your actions have been in Rome and how many CIA and NSA agents you've killed, I think you're hardly in a place to lecture me. In less than a day's time, you have already managed to cause me considerable inconvenience. Now, tell me what you're doing here.
Looking to kill every Halbeck stooge I can find and crush this get-rich-quick scheme you corporate drones have planned. You're a smart guy. How do you think this is going to turn out for you? Me, I already have a pretty good idea. What I don't understand, though, is why we're talking at all. Unless keeping me alive is important for some reason.
I have orders, and I am a cautious person.
Well, we're done talking, so you can go fuck off now.
I expected that reaction. I believe you have nowhere to go for help. In that situation, it is a rare man who goes to his enemy's door. So, yes, this is a social call. A warning. You have proven yourself capable, but pursuing this course of action will not serve you any longer. Go underground, hide, but stay out of our way.
Or else what?
Or people you care about will start to die. We know you've been in contact with one of your fellow agents. That contact will die if you persist, and then we will kill you.
There's nothing you can do to me, Marburg. Go ahead, kill everyone, make some money, retire. I'll find you eventually, I promise.
I do not believe you're willing to let others die needlessly, or else you would not be here.
You know nothing about me except what you've read in a file. You're in for a surprise. So we're done here. I leave Rome, leave you to your plan, and that's it.
Yes. What you do next is up to you, but there are only two immediate choices. Leave, you live. Stay, you die.
I think you're the one who needs to leave. And it's simple, because your boss's plan is flawed.
Really?
Leyland's never seen the world outside of the boardroom or an air-conditioned limo, and he's planning something to change the world? Doesn't seem to me like he knows what he's doing.
Of course. He provided a goal, another provided a plan, I provided the means. We are done here. Leave Rome. If we see each other again, it will be the last time. You weren't hard to find in Rome, you know. After that debacle at the CIA listening post, the reports of what happened in that gelato shop, the shooting outside of Rome, that poor professor taking that bullet like that. Finding you was easy.
I wanted you to find
Of course you did. And that's when you and Mr. Marburg met up and had lunch.
There wasn't much time to eat, actually. He was too busy talking, and I was too busy keeping my hands where he could see them.
So a normal business lunch, then. I'd be curious to hear more, and your first impression of Mr. Marburg. What did you discuss?
Nothing important, just you.
He described you as a man of your word. Patriotic, I believe, also came into the conversation. But Mr. Marburg was not always the best judge of character. Nor does he instill much loyalty in employees. Speaking of which, this woman entered the picture not long after your meeting with Marburg. She was in our office in Rome. Madison, I believe.
Yes.
I always wondered, did you ever regret getting her into this?
It wasn't my choice.
Oh, Mike. In the end, it was.
Mike, we may have a problem. The VCI employee I mentioned before, Madison, I think she's going to act.
What do you mean, now?
She's calling the operator and asking for you by name.
She can't be working for Marburg, unless this is a trap. Who is she calling?
The city directory. And maybe the police next. If she does...
Can you intercept the call? Redirect it?
What? Why?
Because if she's an agent, we'll know soon enough. Do it.
Okay, let me patch her through. Operator?
Miss St. James?
Hello? Yes, is this the operator?
No, Miss St. James. This is Michael Thorton.
Oh, thank God. Mr. Thornton, please, you have to listen to me.
I don't believe we've met before. How do you know my name and why are you calling?
I have reason to believe your life is in danger. I know it sounds crazy, but
You don't say.
I don't want to discuss the details over the phone. This line may be tapped. She is a sharp one. But it's important I speak to you immediately. Is there someplace we can meet?
I'll come meet you now. Where are you?
I just left work, but we shouldn't meet here.
I'm sending you an address near your location. We'll meet there. 15 minutes, and come alone. This is a trap.
I'm sorry? No, Mr. Thornton, I assure you it's not.
We'll see. I'll be there soon. Don't be late.
Thank you for meeting me, Mr. Thornton.
Just tell me what you know. We'll keep this brief.
Oh, okay. Where to start?
The beginning?
I work for the Veteran Combat Initiative, VCI. They're a global military contractor. My boss, Mr. Marburg, I think he's involved in something illegal. So I checked it out, and your name came up several times in our database.
And you just happened to come across this information.
Yes. Mr. Thornton, I don't think he meant for me to see it, but in my position...
So he just left this out accidentally for you to find. I find that hard to believe.
Mr. Thornton, I don't know what you're implying, but I came here to help you.
We'll see. Where is this information anyway? If you're telling the truth, then it's evidence.
I don't have it on me.
What a surprise. So I just have to go on your word then.
Mr. Thornton, I'm not sure what to do next. Go to the authorities? Is there someone I should notify, or...?
Let's cut out the small talk. You work for Marburg, he wants me out of Rome, and you're sent here as some ploy to get intel on me or take me out.
What? No, you have it wrong.
I'm not done. When you open your mouth again, you're going to tell me about Marburg, his plans in Rome, and then you're going to give me all the passcodes to the Halbeck and VCI mainframes. I'm only going to ask once.
Mr. Thornton, I came here to warn you. Mr. Marburg's dangerous. He wants to kill you.
I know he's trying to kill me. What I want to know is why and why he's here in Rome.
Tell
me now or tell me later, but later's gonna be worse for you, I promise. I need those files. Are they in the VCI branch office?
I don't know what you're looking for, but the VCI office in Rome isn't Marburg's personal office. He does most of his work off-site, or when he travels.
But he's here now, so where would he store the information while in Rome?
He has a villa. I've been there several times. If the files exist, I'm guessing they'd be there.
Along with Marburg.
Yes.
Give me the address. Can you get me in?
What?
Passcodes, details on the security system, anything would be helpful.
I can give you the address, but that other information...
You have two choices. One, help me, or two, don't. If you don't, I'll tell Marburg what you've done.
What?
If you're lucky, you'll lose your job. If you're right, you'll vanish.
Mr. Thornton, please don't do this. I'll go to the authorities.
If you try and leave here now, you won't make it. I'm not letting you ruin this chance for me.
I came to you because I was scared of what Marburg would do to you. But you're even worse than him.
You have no idea.
I'll help you. I can get you the address to the villa, and the names of the files you need to search for.
Then that's all I need. Come with me. Narcissist much?
Thornton, my apologies for relieving you of your weapons. But after that incident with the CIA listening post, I'm sure you understand. This conversation is over.
Contact.
Oh, I guess that's that. No, I just need my gear. Mina, do you read me?
I'm here, Mike. Are you inside?
Yeah, but they've got me locked in. Can you override the security systems?
No, I can't patch through to security. I'm sorry, Mike.
Would Madison know the codes?
It depends who you want to help you out, Mike. I can patch Madison through, or I can stay on the line. Just say the word.
Madison isn't trained for this. When push comes to shove, I'd rather you were backing me up, Mina.
All right, Mike.
Got a live one. Cover me!
Alright, now I need to find my gear if I hope to get out of here.
Mike. Marburg's likely to have They're making up a lot of work.
The phone on the desk is flashing.
You might be able to listen in.
Do I proceed? It depends. Is everything in place? Almost. There's a few last things that need to be taken care of, but...
nice, I guess.
Remind you of anyone?
Does it... remind you of anyone?
Oh, my boyfriend.
So what? Grenades, rifles, body armor?
Funny.
I think I hear a chopper. Got a present for you. Uploading the information now.
Receiving. Sure is a lot of security.
And that's that. Bitch.
Asshole.
ruins.
And the bike?
It's close. What are they doing here?
Must be the connection Shahid mentioned.
I'm going. Looks like.
Trying to take in all the sights I see.
Gonna see how the renovations are going. Don't need these munitions finding their way into Rome. Better destroy them while I'm here. That's one. What is this place?
If it's beneath the bath, it's probably where they kept the fires. To heat up the bathwater.
So, you majored in architecture.
Your signal's breaking up a little, Mike.
Must be the ghosts down here.
Are you in the catacombs?
Yeah, but not for much longer. Don't want to pick up any curses. Hope the world doesn't end up like this if Halbeck fucks it up.
I've got a link to all the transmissions to this station. But I'll need some time to trace the signal's origin.
So, I just stand here and wait?
Now you know how I feel. Just make sure nothing interferes with the station until I finish the trace.
Then? What then? We've got trouble, don't we?
Protect the trace, Mike. If we lose it now...
Don't worry, they're not getting anywhere near it.
Mike, you need to protect the trace.
I know the soldiers of the Alamo.
The signal's origin is in Rome.
Keep coming, assholes. I got plenty of bullets.
It looks like a dummy corporation. Cross-referencing with known contacts. Hold on, Mike, I almost have it. Got it. We're good, Mike. Transmitting the information to the safe house. Mike, what did you do?
Erasing my tracks. And the weapons.
I see things at the ruins went well. I caught it on the news.
With charm like that, your parents must have been proud.
Oh, not all of us are bastards. Did you find out anything? Any sign of Marburg or clue what he's doing?
I found an Al-Samad communications array in the ruins, and some weapon caches. But until I have the information from the warehouse, I'm not sure what the weapons were going to be used for.
Do you ever slow down? You've been running yourself ragged ever since I've met you. If you're always like this...
I have to be. These people I'm after, they're on a timetable I'm still trying to catch up with.
I think they're going to regret crossing you. You were determined.
I prefer stubborn. But you should know, you have certain mule-like qualities yourself. What is it?
When is it going to be safe for me to leave here? I don't appreciate being kidnapped, and I don't appreciate not being able to go home.
I'm sorry this is inconvenient for you, but if you leave, Marburg may try to have you killed. He doesn't know everything you told me, but he won't take any chances.
I can't believe I let myself get into this.
You let yourself get into this because you couldn't stand by and let something happen. I'd take pride in that.
Well, I couldn't... I had to warn you. You were in trouble. It wasn't a choice.
For some people, it is. Not you. You should get some sleep, Madison.
All right. Good night, Mike. They're airing reports on a shootout at the ruins. And while they're not admitting anything, the word is that it was a terrorist cell.
What the shit? It's Thornton.
Yes, I've told you everything.
Everything? No. I think we will need more than that.
But I don't know what happened in Moscow. There was someone there, a man, Thornton.
Enough about this Thornton already. He's dead. Dead in Saudi Arabia. What about the shipments? I thought you made sure we weren't being... Oh man, I'm pissed. Everything's just messed up.
Russians. What the hell are they doing here?
The police channels are lighting up. Are you still at the warehouse?
I interrupted a lethal question and answer session. Getting some additional data now.
Well, the authorities are on their way. So whatever you need to do, you do it quickly. They'll be here in a few minutes.
Almost done, but I want to know who they were torturing. Let me ID them and then I'm out of here.
All right, but hurry. Mike, you've got less than a minute.
Got an ID and some papers he had on him.
Good. Now get out of there. Mike, get out of there.
A lot of art pieces here. Looks like they're being shipped somewhere.
They're almost outside the warehouse. They're pulling up now.
Caught your exploits at the warehouse on the news. Another shootout like at the ruins?
Cut me some slack, alright? You don't like me? Fine. But at least keep your mouth shut.
Not until you tell me how things went. That covers the warehouse and the Pompeii ruins. With those two leads, is there any clue as to what Marburg is up to? We don't have anything else to go on.
Marburg wasn't expecting me at either location. My guess is he's gonna get rattled and try to pull off his big plan early.
I hope there's enough time to stop him.
We don't have much choice. Between the information from the warehouse and the ruins, I need to dig a little, but there's gotta be something there. Marburg was able to get the munitions into the country through Al-Samad, but the warehouse was the destination of the bombs.
He wasn't planning to destroy the warehouse though, right? Was he planning to store the bombs there, use them later in Rome?
That doesn't make much sense. The warehouse was on the outskirts of Rome. There's plenty of other storage areas he could have used.
So there was something special about that warehouse. Its inventory, it's mostly art and museum pieces, right?
How do I know? I didn't pry open every box. But yes, there were a lot of art pieces there, some in storage.
Is there any chance he might have been smuggling something in the art pieces?
Doubtful. The art pieces weren't outbound through customs. It looks like they were simply holdovers from a museum in Rome.
Well, that actually helps. Maybe I can narrow it down. I used to work part-time at a museum here in Rome. I think it's part of the reason Marburg hired me.
Marburg hired you because you used to work at a museum?
Yeah, the Museum of Art in Rome. I think they have an exhibit on the Crusades showcase there now. What's wrong?
Some of the pieces in that warehouse. I'm certain they were from that museum.
He's going to bomb the museum. But why?
I have no idea, but that's his target. I need to get there before he does. I'm in the museum.
Mike, I just picked something up on the cameras. It's Marburg's men. They have Madison.
Damn it. Mina, is there anyone in the museum?
It's normal hours. A few tour groups, security guards. It's a light day for tourists. But that's still a lot of people if the bomb goes off.
I won't let it happen.
Mike, you need to hurry.
Why? What's going on?
It sounds like Marburg's men are attacking the security guards. Security's outnumbered. They'll be slaughtered.
Agent Thornton, you made it. Good. That makes things interesting. We have Madison. She's being held in the west wing of the museum. My men have orders to execute her.
That where your bombs are too?
No, the bombs are with me at the Crusades exhibit. You won't have time to reach both. Either way, someone dies.
You're right about that, Marburg. Why don't you stay put? I'll be right there.
Left or right, Thornton? Your choice. Madison, or coming after me and the bombs. There's not time for both.
Mike, Madison. She's in the wing to your left, but the bombs are in the wing to the right. Mike,
Which way should I
seal
go?
off the entrance to the other wing.
Guess there's only one way to go now.
But I don't think Mike, I'm picking up some interference on the channel. And judging from the frequencies, there's some proximity mines near your location.
I'll keep an eye out.
It's over. Let her go.
Do as he says. Deus Vult. You brought it on her.
You psychopathic son of a bitch.
Enough of this. Stay focused. Watch yourself. You don't give up, do you? Reinforcements! There you are. I'll kill far better enemies than you. Expected more from a self-appointed hero. You are disposable and obsolete.
It beats being dead, but you'll know all about that in a minute.
I think you'll see Miss St. James before I do, Thornton.
Keep talking. Lets me know where to shoot.
Enough of this.
Damn it, he's getting away.
There's nothing you can do now, Mike. Get out of there. There'll be another time.
So you chose Rome. I underestimated you. Marburg did not. He said you were a pragmatist, that you would carry out your mission.
You're gonna answer for killing her.
I hope you don't blame me for her death. Marburg wanted you to save her. Not out of any emotional tie, mind you. For him, it was business.
Tragedy in the wake of the thwarted terror attack on the ruins of Karsule.
A shame.
A second attack.
But you can't save everyone, Michael.
Claimed the
Can
life
you?
of an American employee of the veteran
If I had been in your shoes,
Madison St. James was
well,
killed
I don't know what I
in a
would have
terrorist
done.
escape attempt. Italian authorities have announced that
You wouldn't have done anything. That's why you sent Marburg in the first place.
Executive Row has its privileges.
You don't make any real choices, Layla. Not really. Whatever you hope to gain from the bombing, it's over now.
Really? That's because you have a very narrow view of events.
Lectures on perspective from a blind man? That's a first. You planning on teaching about ethics next?
I can't expect you to keep up with every news report. I have an entire division devoted to it, plus my ace in the hole. The bombing was intended to reorganize terrorist legislation in the European Union.
So what? How does that benefit you?
The reorganization was to benefit Helbeck. Surveillance, airport screening tech, weapons. Mr. Marburg's little crusade in Rome was to remind Europe what fear is.
So you killed Madison for profit?
No, Mike, you did. You brought her into this mess. You had her take you to Marburg despite the risks, and then you failed to protect her. Blame me all you want, but step back and think about it. You must have thought about it. When it was all over, you were the big hero, saved all of Rome. When things were quiet, no one shooting at you, no bombs. What did you think about then?
Operator? Hello?
Or else what?
Or people you care about will start to die.
This is it? After Rome and Moscow, I was expecting something a little more upscale.
Stop being a smartass and go use the shower.
That might be more tempting if you were here.
In your dreams, Mike.
Are you sure about this?
Positive. Trust me. See?
Okay.
What did I tell you?
Now this is more like it.
I'm glad you like it. Now that you've made it to Taipei, what are your plans?
Priority 1 is to find out more about this assassination attempt.
Agreed. How are you going to go about it?
I've got 3 leads to start with. This Stephen Heck guy seems like he knows what's going on in Taipei. He might be able to answer some questions.
Be careful, Mike. I've checked my databanks, and I can't find any evidence that Stephen Heck has ever worked for the CIA.
I'll be on my guard. There's also that anomalous data trail from Shahid's system. Any luck tracing it down?
I managed to follow it back to a place in the warehouse district. I'm forwarding the address to you now. What's the final lead?
Simple. Follow the money. Shahid was funneling large amounts of money to a front corporation for the White Oak Mountain Triad. I think I can persuade them to tell me why.
Sounds like you've got everything figured out.
That's just the kind of guy I am.
Just be careful.
Always. to see the Red Lion. I'm a friend of the Sheik. Monsieur, my name is Michael Thorton. I think you have information I need.
I know many things. Most of them would be useful to someone, I'm sure. What is it you want from me, Mr. Thornton? I have no interest in bantering with an American cowboy. It upsets my digestion. Please, get to the point.
I know Shahid was funneling money to you, and I know someone is planning to assassinate Ronald's son. I need to know what those two things have in common.
And I need to find a woman who will love me for the real me.
Listen, I'm on a deadline here, so cut the crap and tell me what I need to know.
Mr. Thornton, a man in my position does not get to be a man in my position without knowing the value of a good trade.
I can understand that. I suppose the question is what you need.
Some of my lieutenants seem to think they would do better without my loving guidance and gentle hand. They have set up shop in a disreputable part of town. Now, if you were to discourage them, I will tell you what I know.
Or, plan B, I start shooting you in places you didn't know you had until I get some answers.
Yes, I'm sure you're capable of such a thing. But it is very hard to torture someone while his bodyguards are shooting you repeatedly.
Well, when you put it that way, it's hard to argue. All right, Mr. Hong.
I knew you would see the wisdom of this deal, Mr. Thornton. Contact me again when my wayward children have been dealt with, huh? Oh, and Mr. Thornton.
Yeah?
Don't call me Mr. Hong.